Pisces. If it doesn't, feel free to check your other placements, the other signs in your chart to see what else comes up. How do they feel about Pisces? Also, make sure you have a person in mind because this is, their feelings towards you. So, how do they feel towards Pisces? How do they feel about Pisces right now? We have make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Pay attention to red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. But there's some red flags. This could be them feeling like there's red flags with you. It could be you seeing red flags with them. But this is their feelings towards you. They want to give the relationship a chance and make the effort. They feel it's true love. But the red flags card means something's going on. Let's see. Well, someone thinks something's going on. We have forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. Okay. I just feel like this person does have really good intentions for this relationship, but the red flags card, it's a thing. It's the situation here. Let's see. Why is red flags here? What's going on with this card? Why is red flags here? Someone who's say you've kind of distanced yourself from them. Say you're taking a break from the relationship. They kind of see this as red flags. They might be getting nervous about this, thinking you might want to leave or that you've met someone new. It could be vice versa. It could be you thinking that they have met someone new if they're distant. We have the Six of Cups. Okay. Some of you may, say you're talking to someone from your past and they see that, they might feel that that's a red flag. If you're still in contact with an ex, or if they're still in contact with an ex, you're feeling like it's a red flag, that there could still be something there. But someone has either fallen back because of someone else speaking, because of someone else either speaking to an ex or showing some type of red flags, or someone has fallen back, and that itself is the red flag to the other person. They feel like, okay, you're distant, I'm not liking this, it seems like you don't want to be in this relationship anymore, so that's a red flag. It's whatever you see as a red flag or whatever they see as a red flag. But there is a flag here. There's some red flags on someone's part. But the surrounding cards are positive. So, it's probably not that big of a deal. Not like major red flags. Not for all of you anyway. Let's see what else we have. How do they feel about Pisces? Their current feelings towards Pisces. We have harmony. Suffering and silence, patience. I do feel like if they're seeing a red flag with you, they're not telling you what it is. They're kind of just holding it in. I definitely felt that with the red flags card, that the person is not expressing that they're seeing red flags. They're just kind of observing in silence. If something's bothering them, they're not telling you. They're kind of just dealing with it in private behind your back. We have patience. I feel like they're very patient and waiting to like they have the patience to see it through. They're not just gonna cut you off just because they see a red flag. Or some of you, it could be that you're not just cutting them off. You're kind of watching and waiting to see what happens, or they are. But then we have harmony, so it's like there's a lot of good to this, and then there's just like one little bad thing. Let's see. Feelings, discontent and boredom. So yeah, there is that vibe of someone kind of falling back from this connection. We have financial and material changes. This is a Five of Pentacles. someone's feeling left out. I feel like that is a red flag for someone, because maybe that person has like some issues with abandonment, like they don't like to be just dumped or just abandoned by their person. So they kind of see this as a red flag if you are being distant. Again, it could be vice versa. Let's get into the spread and see what's going on. How do they feel towards Pisces? Current feelings towards Pisces. Current feelings towards Pisces. My current feelings towards Pisces. See, the Eight of Swords. This is their current energy, the current situation right now with them. They feel, they're definitely suffering in silence. Keep in mind, it could be vice versa. This is very emo. A lot of swords. Someone is definitely suffering in silence here, because someone's not seeing all of this, what's going on deep inside of a person. This is either you or them, but remember, my intention is, this is their feelings towards you. However, cross watchers can kind of flip the energy a bit, so it could be vice versa. That's not my fault. Can't control what people do, but not that cross-watching is wrong or anything, but it does kind of flip the energy a little bit sometimes. So keep in mind, this could be you, but I'm intending for it to be them, for it to be their feelings towards you. So they are definitely suffering in silence. They are in this Eight of Swords energy. We have the Four of Wands here. And it's so strange, because there's harmony, then there's suffering in silence. There's true love, then there's red flags. There's all these swords, then there's positive stability and love. So someone's hiding all of these dark emotions. So either you're dealing with a fellow water sign, or someone with a lot of water in their chart, or air, or this is you. But let's see. Could be a Virgo for some of you. They are definitely carrying a burden right now, and I feel like it's because they're suffering in silence. Keep in mind, if this is you, just pretend I'm talking about you. Okay, but this person is very, the way they feel kind of betrayed, kind of stabbed in the back. In a way, it could feel like they've been abandoned, If you're dealing with someone who has issues like that, like abandonment issues, they could take a small thing and it will be a huge thing to them, but it would be a small thing to you, you know what I mean? So you wouldn't even know that all this is going on under the surface. Okay, the way they're seeing the relationship, the Hermits. So some of you might be in separation. They're kind of seeing that it could be that they feel that you've distanced yourself from them, and they now feel emo and left, just thrown to the side, just disregarded. Not that you've done that, but this person could be perceiving it as that, but not letting you know, because suffering in silence. They're probably yeah, I'm fine, nothing's going on, I'm good, everything's good. But really, no, clearly it's not. Okay. They're seeing you as judgment. They feel like you are the one. I am getting a lot of borderline personality disorder vibe from this person, abandonment issues vibes from this person, where these types of people, nothing wrong with them, we all have some of these issues at some points in our lives, where you put someone on a pedestal, you feel like this is the one for me, this is true love. But the minute you start to see red flags, or they start to see red flags, it all changes. Like, it takes you to that dark place, that childhood wound, you know. Sorry, there's kids playing outside, and, you know, kids are like shouting and screaming. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but anyways, this person has a fear of you leaving them. They have a fear of you leaving them, so definitely this person probably has some issues that you don't know about. A very deep fear of abandonment, a fear of losing you, you know. So if you've gotten a little tiny bit distant and you feel like it's not a big deal, it could be a huge deal to them, but they're not showing you that. You know, some of you could have seen signs of it, that they're not okay, but they're hiding a lot of this. You know, they are wishing for communication or for things to get back on track. Okay, they're wishing for action. They want to see action. Like, they're probably just sitting, you know, just sitting beside themselves waiting for you to call. Keep in mind, it could be vice versa. But 7 of Swords, this is their next move. So again, because they would see your distance or any kind of little bit of distance or red flag as a huge thing, they would pull away because they don't want to experience that wound, that feeling they would feel if you left, that feeling of nothingness, emptiness, you know. So they kind of act accordingly. They kind of pull away as well to avoid getting hurt. And if you were not intentionally pulling away from them, who the hell is texting me? If you were not intentionally pulling away from them, if you were just, you know, doing your own thing, but they took it as this, now you're probably confused because they pull away from you. So you're like, what the hell is going on? I didn't do anything. Like, what did I do? Or this is what your person could be thinking if it's you who is going through all of this. I have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy here. You're dealing with someone who is, it's not that you're dealing with someone who's immature. They're quite mature because we have the King of Pentacles here. But they might have some issues, you know, some like childhood issues that they need to work on, you know. But aside from all this that they're feeling in secret, they are, you know, they're not a weak person. They are someone who tries to keep going, and, you know, but even the strongest human beings can have issues. They probably appear as the King of Pentacles, male or female, someone who is focused on their business, their work, someone who you think would never fall apart. But you never know what's going on the inside. We have the World here as the outcome. I do feel like this does have something to do with what's going on in the world. I feel like ultimately that could be a root cause here, that you guys can't see each other, there's limits, all of this stuff. And if you're Pisces or any water sign, would be feeling the weight of the world, like carrying the emotions, the sadness of what's going on. So it would affect relationships. But this person's really affected. They're in a really, like, a dark place. Let me start clarifying and get more on what's going on. See, I split the deck and we have the Three of Swords and the Moon. So some of you, this is Pisces energy, so it could be you who is kind of hurt right now. Or very hurt if it's vice versa. Why the Ten of Swords? Why the Ten of Swords? You see, because this person does love you. They're feeling disconnected though. And you see the Six of Cups is in reverse. This is a childhood wound that has been triggered. So if it's you and you have these issues, you'll know it's you. But if it's them, it might be a little bit hard to believe because they come off as this strong person. This person who says, I'm fine, nothing's wrong. But there's an imbalance. They've had an unfair childhood. They've had rejection in their childhood. They've had issues. And it's like it's not a good thing to do, but sometimes they try to fill a void with the relationship, trying to find happiness on the outside, which is the mistake that a lot of people make. And then when the slightest bit, if you pull away the slightest bit, it's the hugest thing for them. Is that a word, hugest? It's a big thing for them, because of the childhood wound, not because they're weak or anything, just that subconsciously they have this kind of this wound, because in the subconscious everything's happening now, so not in the past, not in the future, but now. So if there is an issue from childhood and it hasn't been revisited and worked through, any relationship this person gets in, or if this is you, any relationship you get into, there's gonna be these issues. Damn, these kids are loud. There's gonna be these issues, but it doesn't take away from the person, or it doesn't take away from you. It's just that we carry our childhoods on our backs, and ultimately we have to face the issues, work through them to live the happiest life. I guess it's really the secret to a happy life is to remove all the bad from the childhood, all the bad feelings, the bad memories, coming to terms with why things happened. Or we're just going to keep attracting the same thing, the same abandonment, the same rejection. The Hermit. This person's really they don't want to let go of the relationship, but they kind of have a negative outlook on it. I feel like they kind of feel like they're not enough. It's like maybe someone else is better for Pisces. Maybe, they found someone else, someone better than me. They may have had high hopes for this relationship, and then it just was all ruined, all fell apart. But they don't want to let go, so they kind of go into this dark place and suffer in silence and say, I'm okay. I feel like I'm repeating myself. I am, but it keeps circling and going right back to this suffer in silence card. Like my eyes are doing circles. Alright. Why is the 6 of Swords here? Yes, you see? This 9 of Wands, it's like, okay, I've been abandoned before. Is this what's going to happen to me again? Let me pull away quickly. Let me guard myself, because this is a red flag. This means I could get hurt again, This is in the position of their fears. They have a fear that, you're leaving them. 6 of Wands. It's not your responsibility to make someone feel whole, to be honest. They have to work on themselves. Also, it's not, if this is you, then it's not their responsibility to make you whole. You have to work on yourself. But I'm just talking about how they feel. Alright. Yeah. For some of you, they've put when people put all their eggs in one basket, that's one way to put it. Or when they make a relationship their whole identity. This person may have made this relationship their whole identity. They may have. It's like when you have that childhood wound, when you have that void, and you fill it with a person, that person becomes your identity. You start to live through that person, and when that person shows signs that they're gonna leave, the person feels like they're nothing. Like they feel like their whole identity, they've been stripped of their whole identity because they didn't put the work in themselves. They didn't love themselves. They have measured their worth by this relationship. So when it falls apart, so does the person. You know what I mean? And the only person who can fix that is themselves. So even if this is your person and this is what they're going through, there's nothing you can do about this. I mean, the most you can do is tell them, like educate them on the whole childhood thing and how it works and how it affects them. But in the end, it's only them who can fix it. You can only let them know what it is. Or if this is you, I can only let you know what it is. But I'm telling you, the person cannot fix you. No one can fix you but you. Why is the... Okay, stop. Why is the... Okay. King of Wands wants to come out in reverse. So someone's angry and upset. Someone's angry and upset. Why is the Eight of Wands here? I feel like without communication or without any without any communication or, without them knowing what's going on, they're completely lost. They don't know what's going on. The moon is about what's hidden as well. So they're hiding their feelings, but they also don't know what to do without hearing from you, or, it's like, where do we stand? They're completely in the dark unless there is communication, or or you stop being distant and you start to show them that you're there. But ultimately that doesn't heal the person, because the next time you decide to become distant, or just even if it's not intentionally, they're going to be suffering again. They're going to be distancing themselves again, and it's going to be the same thing. So let me see why the Seven of Swords is here. Yeah, the Eight of Swords. Remember, the Eight of Swords is their current energy right now. And we have it here. So because they're stuck, because they're overthinking and thinking, oh my God, rejection, abandonment, this is going to happen to me again, they have no choice but to pull away, act distant. Maybe they got aggressive with you, argued with you. This is the defense mechanism, to pull away, because you're opening up a childhood wound by being a little bit distant or by not praising them, and that scares them. So all they have to do is just work on their issues, and then the blindfolds, and then they'll realize they can just move out of this stuck energy. But no, instead they pull away because of fear. So again, that's something you cannot fix. The King of Pentacles. You see? They're not showing you what's underneath this strong, confident person. And I'm not taking away from them. The King of Pentacles is a good person, but underneath this is a hopeless romantic. Someone who wears their heart on their sleeve. Someone who isn't as strong as they look. Okay, they're a little bit mushy inside, behind this kind of business image, kind of serious go-getter image. They're probably a go-getter, and they inspire you. You feel inspired by them, but little did you know, everyone has their little weaknesses. No one is made of steel. That's what I'm hearing. No one's made of steel. No matter how much, no one's made of steel. That's all I'm gonna say. The World. Queen of Cups. Page of Swords. For a lot of you, this is gonna it's gonna continue. There's not gonna be any major change right away. I feel like What the hell is that noise? I don't even know what that noise was. It sounded like, I don't know. Anyways, it's like a motorbike. I feel like this is not going to change drastically right away. It's not going to change. It's going to continue. Like, this person's going to kind of stay in the comfort zone for a little while. I feel like they will eventually face what's going on with them. But it's not going to be overnight, is what I'm saying. It's not going to be overnight. I mean, they mean well. They mean well, but especially if you're dealing with a masculine person, they don't want to look weak. They don't want to look like this, like a hopeless romantic with a weakness. They want to keep the business suit on. So I feel like this person does know what's good for them. If they don't know already and you told them that they have issues they need to work on, I feel like they'll probably act like they're shrugging it off, but also listen to you secretly and start putting in the work secretly. So that's why I feel like it's not going to change quickly, and you shouldn't go at them and just lay it all out all at once and overwhelm them. You should do it little by little. Like, if this is a long-term relationship that you believe in, then just each day, throw in a little motivation here and there so that they kind of pick it up and start taking it into consideration rather than dropping the whole load on them and scaring them off or making them feel like, what, so you don't respect me or you're calling me weak, Little by little, if this is something that you actually take seriously, and if this is you, if these are your feelings here, then you know what to do. It's time to work on yourself. Not to say turn into a bad person, not to remove this loving heart because it's a blessing, but also just work on the childhood issues that you may have if it's you. Because it will keep coming up. I mean, if you notice, a lot of us only remember the bad stuff in the childhood. Why is that? If you look back in your childhood, you'll realize that the most memories that you have are the bad memories. That's because your mind is trying to tell you, this is what you need to work on, this is what's affecting you now. Like, I can only remember bad stuff from the past. Most people only do. Everyone remembers the abuse, everyone remembers being bullied, and it's because your mind is nudging you like, hey, this is why you feel like this inside. This is what you need to work on. If you didn't need to work on it, the memories wouldn't be there because most of the good memories are not there anymore. Why? Because you don't need to work on those things. Those were good things. They did good for you. The bad things need work. Let's get more on this person's feelings. Let's get more on this person's feelings towards you. How do they feel towards Pisces? Some of you are dealing with a Cancer. Someone with Cancer in their chart. I don't know why I'm just saying that. I know that Cancer is the sign of the people who, Cancer people, especially if they got Cancer moon. If anything happened in their childhood, believe it's still happening to them in their mind right now. That's how the sign of Cancer is. So if they have Cancer in their chart, especially the moon sign, and they had bad things happen to them in the childhood, it's still hurting them. They're still seeking, they're still waiting for that approval, that validation that they didn't get in their childhood, So they end up being the person who is, you become like when you have the issues in the childhood. Let's say this could be anyone. This could be a narcissist, or this could be a regular person, but this is the person who is damaged from the childhood. needing that approval from that person, you know. So it needs to be worked on, because it's not a winning mindset when you have issues from the past. It's not anyone's fault that they have issues from the past, but we have the power to change it, to heal. That's what life is about. Life is, I mean, oh my God, I can blab on and on and on. Okay, as someone who knows about ghosts and spirits, when they die, if they're stuck here, if you're in a house that's haunted, it's because the spirit of the person did not heal. So they didn't move on when they died. They stayed stuck in this energy. It's the same thing when you're alive. I just confused myself now. Okay. So when someone commits suicide, they literally just step out of their body and they're still stuck in the feelings that they had when they were alive, because they thought they could escape, when really we are our feelings, so we can't escape our feelings. Life is the only chance we get to work on it, because when you go to the other side, there's no time, and you know that time heals. So without time, you can't heal, right? Same with the subconscious mind. When things happen in the childhood, when the child is between the age of 0 and 7, they're taken in their programming. If they were abused or anything bad happened, that's programmed into them. There is no time in regards to that situation, because it happened at a time when they were being in the programming stage. So it's still happening to them now. But as long as you're alive, you have a chance to work on your situation, to work and heal, to work on healing yourself. How do they view Pisces? They do see a new chance with this connection, but there's someone who is kind of depressed. I don't know if they're viewing you as depressed or if this is their energy coming out, the Hermit in reverse. This does speak of depression when it's in reverse, or major stress. But I feel like they kind of look up to you. But at the same time, some of you look up to them because they have this image of this strong person. Right? And here's the 8 of Wands again. They really want some action. If you've been reaching out to this person and you haven't heard from them, they haven't responded, it's because they're in this hermit mode. They're in this dark place. They're trying to detach because they see that childhood wound about to be triggered. So they're trying to get away from that, before they're triggered, before it happens. So if they felt like you were going to leave them, if they perceived abandonment, they're going to run because they don't want to feel it. Okay, they don't want to feel the abandonment. They don't want to feel the pain. It's very, very complicated, this situation. But one of you or your person, has an issue, and that's what's affecting your relationship. No doubt. What does this say? Please read this yourself. Don't let your past hold you back. You see what I'm saying? The past. Someone has the childhood wound in this situation. That's why the 6 of Cups came out so many times. Someone feels like they're not good enough. They have to keep pleasing. And if it's not good enough, they feel abandoned. They feel rejected. They feel, I mean, this could describe most people in the world today, because most of us are damaged from our childhoods, but most of us are a lot of us are working on it. Some of us are not. Some people don't know about this, so they don't know what is causing the issues in their life. They don't have a clue. If you're dealing with someone who is like this, I mean, you'll be doing a favor by just letting them know, or maybe show them a video about this so that they can get a hint, but don't throw it at them. Just kind of hint at them, like, because some people really don't know. They really don't know why things keep going bad in their life. Some people never know, and they just get old, and they just go through that their whole life, and then they reincarnate because they need another chance. Their soul needs to learn this lesson, or else it's going to come back again. Prosperity lies ahead. You could be dealing with a Virgo. We have the Virgo energy is strong here, and we have Taurus energy. So prosperity lies ahead. I do feel like whoever this is, and especially if it's you, you're going to work on yourself, but this person, either they know and they are putting in the work to themselves, they are putting in the work themselves, or you can kind of nudge them and let them know little by little, and they will. Because the King of Pentacles is someone who does care about, their abundance, their prosperity, their future, So if you give them a nudge and say, look, your childhood is the reason why you're not the winner that you want to be, they'll be like, damn, I need to work on my childhood. I'm going to do this because I want to reap the benefits of this. So at least you have this person with this mindset that may receive the advice that you give them. So that's good. It's not a stubborn King of Swords or King of Wands or Knight of Wands or Knight of Swords. This is a King of Pentacles. They're going to receive what you are telling them if they know it's going to better their life, because that's what the King of Pentacles is all about, the future and just, having stability. So we have your dreams need a practical plan. We also have Taurus energy with this card. Again, if it's you who has these issues, you need a practical plan to deal with this, childhood stuff. But if it's your person, kind of give them the nudge, as I keep saying. Let's see. These feelings readings are deep. Like the Aries one was deep like this, and this is deep. Maybe you're dealing with an Aries, some of you. We have your Readi. Helpful people in the near future and within the next few months. You got someone who is very productive and will receive what you're telling them. If not, if it's you, then you're probably receiving the message and are willing to work on yourself. See, helpful people, you're ready in the near future. All I'm seeing is progress, whether it's you or them. So this is a good thing, okay? It's just that someone's suffering in silence. Maybe they don't want to burden you with these issues. You can just let them know it's okay, I get it, like just do this or do that. Slowly, bit by bit. Don't make it seem like an ambush. But yes, this is what I'm seeing for their feelings towards you. They feel, now I know why. How long is this video? Oh my gosh, it's almost 40 minutes. But I feel like it's worth it, okay? Because in the beginning, remember there were all these positive cards. I didn't know why there were so many positive, but then one negative. There's all positive and then some negative. It's because they're kind of putting on this image that everything's okay, or you're putting on this image that everything's okay, which it is. The way you guys feel about each other is okay, but the way someone feels about themselves in this relationship is not okay, and they're not letting the other person know. They're just suffering in silence, coming off as the King of Pentacles, which is okay, but the other person has no idea that their strong and productive, ambitious partner could possibly have these issues going on inside. Someone just doesn't believe that's possible because this person is strong, but it is this person's ambition and their drive that is going to help them in the long run work on these issues rather than be stubborn and just, negative and just stay stuck, they're going to be unstuck, or you're going to be unstuck at some point. One of you has the drive for it, and it could happen within the next few months. We have 2 time frames, in the near future and within the next few months. I just see a really positive outcome during this time. So, thank God for this. Currently, everybody's stuck right now. No one can make any moves in the world right now. But let's just wait for this thing to pass. Then it's back to grinding for everyone. Okay, so this is how your person feels towards you. If this is your feelings, then just understand that your person probably doesn't know that they've triggered a wound in you. They've triggered something in you that made you afraid. They probably don't know that, but it's up to you to work on yourself, you know. So, I hope this wasn't boring. I hope it wasn't too long. I hope you got something out of it. I hope it resonates. Let me know. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Check your other placements if you want to know what else is going on. You know, especially if this turned out to be your feelings and not theirs. You know, you still want to know how they feel. So maybe check another placement in your chart to get answers on that. But just take